What you drinking on tonight, Ricky?
I am drinking on Miller Lite this evening. I'm guessing that I'll probably be the only person keeping in the spirit of the Smash version of our podcast.
No. I'm drinking some Witch's Brew spiced wine.
Ooh, that sounds
for the upcoming Halloween season.
That
actually sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still drinking on Leinenkugel because Sertet brought Leinenkugels with him when they were here, and it's still been sitting in my fridge. So I've been kind of drinking on that, like one can every day or so, and I'm still drinking on that. But that Witch's Brew spice wine?
Yeah, you want to sip?
Yes. Not right now. Probably when the episode's over.
Might be gone by the time that's.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Now I'm not a big wine person, but that's actually not bad.
Buffalo. No.
I'm actually trying to figure out the best way to try to call a buffalo, 50 miles away when I can't even see you.
We gotta get the video rolling first.
Yeah.
Right. I still tell you that every single time I pick up like a can or something, I always look around thinking you're going to be like lurking in the shadows. Like every time I'm at a Tin Caps game, I just look around thinking you're going to like pop out of the dugout and buffalo me.
I am the buffalo that lurks through the night.
The Buffalo King.
I know, it scares the shit out of me.
Always watching. Are you picking with your left hand or with your buffalo? All right, so I guess this is the...
Oh, God.
Now, the problem is, if I put this in, the listeners are going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
So this is the episode where we actually indoctrinate a bunch of people into being buffaloes.
all 40 of our listeners. All right.
All right, you are...
That's 40 more than we normally have.
You are all,
if you drink with your dominant hand and get caught, you're a buffalo.
You are...
And then you got to finish your drink.
You are an official buffalo now. Buffalo, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, this is the Retro Smash Buffalo video game podcast now, apparently. Is that where we're going to open this up?
Sure.
There we go. There we go. Live from the Gene Parmesan Memorial Studios, this is the Retro Smash Video Game Buffalo podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you for hanging out with us today. Joining me here in the studio, the man, the myth, the legend, he is Andy. Andy, what's going on?
Oh, no coy thing today?
No coy thing. God, I'm so fucking tired right now. I have 15,154 steps on the day. Yeah. And let's see, Fitbit normally does good math for me. We are totally not sponsored by Fitbit, by the way. Oh, my Fitbit just restarted.
We are brought to you by Diet Dr. Pepper. The crisp, clean taste of Diet Dr. Pepper.
We're normally brought to you by Diet Dr. Pepper, but apparently we're brought to you by Fitbits that glitch out when I try to see how many miles I've walked today. And we're also brought to you by the Retro Smashed Video Game Podcast Radio Network, joined here by our other guest host, Ricky. Not guest host, but just host. Do you want to be a guest host or just a host? How do you want me to introduce you? Just host?
A guest host? Wait a second. I thought I was on the damn show. Is my position just temporary? What the fuck? Am I like one of those? Am I like the Jeopardy host now? You know how they were like cycling through guest hosts, and you guys are just waiting to fill me in with more permanent member? Like, is Mayim Balik about to take my job? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. The random guy that just joined our Discord call. He's Ricky. Ricky, how are we doing today, dickhead?
Well, I'm doing good.
More like Dickie.
Doing so good.
Good.
Hanging out.
Good. What have you been up to?
So this past weekend, I went camping. This past weekend would have marked the 10th anniversary of the first camping trip I went on with a very fantastic group of people. So we celebrated 10 years, went down to the old bottom southern tip of Indiana, like right on the border of Indiana, Kentucky, with the Ohio River pretty much separating the two states.
When you start hearing banjos?
You make jokes, but we were driving at like midnight to get there. And yeah, it was pretty much banjo country. I couldn't see. It was hills, Silent Hill out there. It was a treacherous drive at night, but in the middle of the day, it was very beautiful, But at night, boy, did I think somebody was going to be wearing my skin down there.
You drove in the middle of fucking Deliverance. Nicely done.
I also got to drive a boat while I was down there. I got to pop my cherry on that one.
Did you sing the song? Tell me you sang the Lonely Island song.
We did.
I'm on a boat. Tell me you sang that.
We did Boats and Hoes, and we did the Lonely Island, I'm on a boat.
Nice. Hell yeah. Andy, what have you been up to, kid?
Work, sleep, repeat, wash my hair. It's nothing. Always the same.
I had I was getting my hair cut a couple weeks ago, actually like a month ago, and the lady was like trying to make conversation with me, and she's like, so, what shampoo do you use? And like, I didn't know she was trying to make conversation with me, but it like freaked me out.
Yeah, like, hey, do you know you have dandruff?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh my
what?
God, did I do something wrong? Is my scalp like scorched? What the hell's going on here? Why did you ask that? I think I am like, head and shoulders. Why? She's like, oh, I'm just trying to make conversation. I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah, what a conversation starter.
I know. It like freaked me out a little bit.
Maybe she was trying to give you a compliment on how nice your hair was and how soft it was. Did you ever think about that, bud?
No, because it's not. It might be. I mean, that was the whole reason I was in there, because it was too soft and too curly, and I started to look like Cosmo Kramer. And I needed it cut.
What's the deal with Weldy's haircut?
Hey, Jerry. So you remember how you guys gave me a bunch of slack the last episode we did because I said that I wasn't a big fan of Hotline Miami?
Yeah, because you're trash.
Yes.
Well, now listen. I went back and I tried it again, and I liked it.
Gasp.
I didn't love it. I liked it. I mean, I actually beat the game. I'm to the epilogue, and I started playing the second one. I mean, it's a good challenge. I think what was going wrong is I wasn't using, and I'm going to admit this as a terrible gamer that I am, I wasn't using the look button, and I was just going by what was in the middle of the screen.
So no wonder you're getting
Right?
sniped from across the room.
From the other side of the room. I'm like, why the hell do I keep dying? And then I learned that there was a look button, and I'm like, oh, this actually takes It was like a 50-50. Like, there was some strategy, but some of it was like, if I can get them just to line up and come through the door, I can just pick them off. I got 24 bullets, and there's 10 of them. Like, I'm sure I can get at least 6 of them to run through the door. I'm a terrible gamer, dude. I'm sorry.
So where can they watch you play that game?
Yeah, they can watch me play. They can watch me be a terrible gamer at twitch.tv/WeldyTime. Thank you for asking.
So Weldy speed run Hotline Miami win.
You know what's funny? I was actually thinking about speedrunning another game that I was playing this week, but I'll tell you what happened with that, because I played the DuckTales remake on stream, which was a great time, and I loved it, but Big Daddy DMCA came down.
What?
Oof.
Yeah, I got like a DMCA warning. They're like, oh, Disney has copyrighted the theme song, and they copyrighted
Lord.
the menu, and they copyrighted the...
But not the Lion King game that you play all the time? That one's fine?
And that's the thing, because I'm a little confused, because it's like I play that and I play Rock and Roll Racing, but it's like the 16-bit version of those songs. Is there a difference?
Possibly.
Maybe because it's a cover?
Is it just because it's not the actual like recording and it's just like a quote-unquote bastardized version of those songs?
But is the DuckTales song the original?
Yeah, like, the remade version for the 360 that came out like 10 years ago, like, it used all like or full band orchestra songs. Like, it wasn't like pixelated or anything. Like, tonight's game, because I have a game for you tonight, actually.
Hooray! Excitement.
Is this or is it that? Andy and Ricky got to choose.
That's right. See, you got the spirit of it. I don't even have to sing it anymore.
We really should actually make an intro song for that every time we just segue right over to it.
Oh, that's the whole.
Like a keyboard cat thing. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, get me a tiny little xylophone to play on it.
But since you weren't here about a month ago when the New Yorkers were here to play or Steven Seagal, I decided we'll give you a second chance.
Yay!
Second chance.
Did you just like whisper second chance?
Second chance.
Thank you.
Nice touch. I like that. Yeah, so your category for tonight is or Steven Seagal 2 Electric Boogaloo.
The squeakle.
The squeakle. The Segpire Strikes Back.
Ugh.
Oh,
That's the one that got you?
everything gets me, bud.
I said I wasn't gonna make any puns anymore, and I'm like, I had
Lies.
to. That's the first pun I've made. I've been quitting cold turkey.
We know you have to make a pun every 5 minutes or else you'll explode.
Yeah, he's a transporter of puns.
I was just gonna.
Not transporter. The other movie.
The Jason Statham.
Oh, like
movie.
Crank.
The one where
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Crank.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, nice pull.
Hey-o.
Oh, so your category for tonight, or Steven Seagal 2 Electric Boogaloo. So I'm going to give you a list of 7 names. You have to tell me if each of the names on the list is either a mission from Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, I got this one.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to hear. Or a song from Steven Seagal's debut album, Songs from the Crystal Cave.
He had an album?
Yeah, Songs from the... Here, I'll read it straight from Wikipedia for you. Songs from the Crystal Cave is the debut album from actor, musician, and martial artist Steven Seagal, released in 2005 on Warner Strategic Marketing. Seagal is credited with, quote, lead vocals, rhythm, and lead guitar, and appears on the cover and throughout the liner notes, emotively playing and posing with a guitar. Okay, just imagine what you think the cover of this album looks like, and it's exactly what you think it is.
I'm going to say an unbuttoned shirt waving in the wind.
That's actually a really good guess. No, he's like hugging his guitar and looking right at the camera, but he's got like this big turquoise ring on his pinky.
Oh boy, this is not going to be a good time.
How's the songs? What kind of songs?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The style can be described as quote as quote outsider country meets world music meets Aikido. Many of the songs reflect Seagal's esocentric Buddhist and spiritualist stance while also incorporating standard song tropes about relationships and other themes.
So awful, like I said.
This is definitely awful. No one in their right mind will listen to this. No one. And
in case you were curious, can be yours. Jesus Christ, there's a site on here. The price for the CD is $5.20 used plus $32.55 shipping and handling.
It's because they're shipping it directly from Steven Seagal's like vault because he had to buy all of them.
Yeah, it's personal. God.
I was actually going to say, are they like buried in a landfill somewhere, like all those copies of E.T.?
If I can find the clip, I will play a very short clip.
If only I said all the right words that I needed to say.
What? This is bad. So bad.
Him in a like awful cave. There's
no exact matches found on eBay.
Oh, well, now I'm wondering if I even will be able to find it.
I've never seen something not available on eBay. And I have looked for like 2008, 2007 like Midwest All-Star League like playing cards, and there's always something available. I've never seen something not available. Oh, Tears for Fears CDs on here. Nice. $8. I'm going to have to hit that up.
That's worth more than the freaking Seagal CD.
All right. Are you kids ready?
Oh, yeah. So we're playing a game.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're playing a game.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game. We're playing the feud. All right. Nope. Good, nice segue. Number 1, Guardian Angels.
I'm saying Vice City.
I'm going Vice City on that one.
It is Vice City. So after collecting some special firepower from the multi-story car park in Washington Beach and meeting Lance Fast, protect Ricardo Diaz from the Haitians in a drug deal with the Cubans and collect his money. Okay, so you guys 1 for 1. I don't know. I can't count that high right now.
I'll keep track of my own.
I got track of my own. Right, I don't trust Andy with my score.
Number 2, Not for Sale.
Can you spell not for me?
It is just N-O-T. Okay. It's not a play on words. It's just not for sale. And it's not.
I'm going to go with Seagal.
I'm going to go Vice City.
It is Steven Seagal.
Yes.
I wish I had more information, but there's not much to find on the internet.
Yeah, it's not for sale.
I see what you did there. See, I don't have enough for the puns tonight, so it's a good thing you're. Man, that spice rum not wine.
Yeah, spice wine.
That witch's brew is doing good for you. Nice. Number 3, War.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again, son.
It also never changes according to Fallout.
I'm going Seagal.
I'm going Vice City. Switch it up.
It is a Steven Seagal song.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah, there you go. So you guys are tied at 2. Number 4, The Light.
Ooh, Seagal.
Well, if Andy's saying Seagal, then it has to be Vice City.
No, it is actually Seagal. I actually threw you guys 3 Seagals in a row. Because there are like 11 songs on this album. Actually, how many songs are there? There's 14 songs on this album, and they were
my God.
They're all ranging between like 3 minutes and 30 seconds and like 4 minutes. There's one that's 6 minutes long.
What the?
Yeah, that one's called Gory, Goree, or is it Gore?
Gory.
Gory?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what happens when you play this. That's what happens inside your brain whenever you play this song and you listen to it. All right, so you guys are tied. What? Andy's
I
ahead.
got 3. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Number 5, Trojan Voodoo.
Vice City.
Oh, Andy's gonna make me contradict myself. Yeah, I'm going with Vice City. Fuck it.
Yeah, good call.
Hey,
Nice. Vice City. Infiltrate and blow up a Haitian drug factory.
I figured.
Nice. You get 10 grand for
Voodoos.
that. Nice. Number 6, The Chase.
I'm on Vice City again.
Yeah, same.
Yes, you are correct, both of you.
Yes.
Chase, one of Diaz's dealers who's been skimming from him to his hideout on Prawn Island for $1,000.
Ching.
Yay, there you go. And finally, I don't even know who's ahead right now.
I got 5.
I'm just surprised that we're actually talking about a Steven Seagal musical album. Number 7, Strut.
Oh, that has to be.
That
a
sounds
song.
like a Seagal sort of deal. Well, he struts around, beating up people. That sort of deal. It sounds like him.
That's absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh, you can find it is a Seagal. Okay, hold on. Time out. Breaking news. You can find it on Amazon apparently.
Oh, all right. Well, it is for sale then.
Yeah, and at discogs.com for $16.48, and it got 2.5 stars out of 5.
I know what I'm buying you guys for Christmas.
Right. All Music published a mixed review highlighting the album's mixture of styles. I don't even care about the Vice City anymore. A mixed review highlighting the album's mixture of styles and emotional tones from song to song for criticism as being ship-shot and haphazard. However, the review also credited the album for being endearing in its own way and presenting the listener with a good vibes experience.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. When I think of Steven Seagal, I think of good vibes.
The other songs on this list is Girl, It's All Right, Don't You Cry, Music, Better Man, Route 23, My God, Lollipop, Not For Sale, Dance, Jealousy, War, Strut, Gory, which is everybody's favorite 6-minute song, and The Light.
Gonna be 100. All of these song titles sound like knockoff movies that he's been in, like something that I would I would find in a $3 bin at Walmart.
No, because these are subdued, Gory, Jealousy, Dance, Lollipop, and his movies are like Sniper 3, The Sniping, straight to DVD.
You never know. He might be wanting to do The Lollipop as his soft sensual film where he dates a stripper or something.
That sounds like he's dating a 15-year-old.
Yeah, kinda.
The Lollipop.
Guild.
American Uppercut. Southern Kill Shots 2, The Killing. That's what Steven Seagal movies sound like.
Talk about kill shots, boy! Did you guys see that video in Alabama that brawl that busted out?
Whew. By God, he hit him with
that chair shot in that.
That man has a family.
I know this is way off track from what we used to do, but boy, that chair shot, man, that was straight up WWE SmackDown versus Raw. I saw the picture afterwards; it was rough.
It was awesome. That was a good shot too. When was the last time you asked your mom or dad for a quarter?
That's a very difficult one because in a household I grew up with, there was only food stamps for money. So there you go. No quarters.
Jesus. Mine for the laundromat.
I'm joking. Though you don't use laundromat quarters for anything else, bud.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and edit this out. I was going to make a really good segue into, hey, if you ask your parents for a quarter, odds are you played a lot of arcade games, but everyone's like, I don't know if my parents have quarters. We didn't have quarters growing up.
You're welcome.
We only had those Eisenhower dollars. Yes, this is a kind of a 2-for-1 here. We're gonna be talking a little bit about some of our favorite arcade games growing up, and we're gonna be doing a subtle nod to the Famicom's 40th birthday. And some of those games surprisingly go hand in hand. Who wants to go first? When you talk about your favorite arcade games growing up,
I'll kick it off.
Go for it.
So I guess the better question is, when we talk about our favorite arcade games growing up, are we talking about our favorite arcade games from the golden era or from the following silver age of arcades?
I didn't know there was two
there
different
are
eras.
yeah so
well, I know there's definitely
there are two different.
there's a classic I know.
Yeah, there's 2 different eras.
And then like a 90s.
That would be it. It's
and then there's New Age.
The original run, the golden era was from 79 to 83. And then there was the silver age that ran from 86 to 95. It's actually broken up into 2 different sections, 2 different ages basically of when gaming for arcades was big.
So about 95 and over.
I take that as kind of like from 95 and over. I have no idea. I didn't really dig that deep into it.
I got me a little list of like old school classic arcade games, and I got some like 80s, 90s, and I got some like newer stuff I like playing too.
Yeah, I got a similar list. So I guess I'll start off with a few of my favorites from both the golden era and the silver age. Some of which I'm sure you guys are very familiar with, being like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pong, Frogger, Tapper.
Oh yeah. I forgot about Tapper.
Tapper.
Back when Tapper, you could find Tapper with the, I think it was only in the arcades, or was there like a NES version where it was actually sponsored by Budweiser before they had to switch over to like make it like kid friendly and make it just root beer?
The NES was root beer.
Yeah, NES was root beer.
Oh, the NES was root beer, but got it.
Which, as a follow-up, every year for Comic-Con, whenever we go down, there is a bar down in Indianapolis that is called Tapper, and it's a barcade that has classic arcade cabinets, and they serve you alcohol.
Nice.
The arcades are completely free, except for the pinball machines in the back, but you get to play all you want, and you pretty much just go drink and play arcade games. It is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
There used to be one here in Fort Wayne too, but it closed down. It was like up for a year.
Yeah, it was called Double Dragon.
It was my favorite place. And then the Backstreet Boys World Tour hit, and then it just never reopened. And I was so pissed.
Just wait till the Backstreet Boys are back. All right.
Can't wait. And then
rock your body right.
Got a few other my favorite games here were Golden Axe, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Turtles.
Well, hold on. Now you're going in the 90s section.
Well,
there.
I mean, I said I got a little bit of both, so
You skipped over some of the silvers or gold.
well, yeah, that was
like
all
Galaga.
right, fine. So my golden era ended with Tapper there.
You skipped over Galaga, Centipede. I don't think you mentioned Donkey Kong. That was like the classic.
It's funny you say that because I have those. I have those on my list, but I just wanted to leave something for somebody else to talk about also.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to take all the airtime from everybody.
How kind of you.
I recommend watching King of Kong. That is one of the coolest documentary movies ever. Fuck Billy Mitchell.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
cheater, pumpkin eater.
And he still is cheating.
He still is.
Yeah.
He tried to do something else. I can't remember the other game.
Was it Dragster?
Again, cheated. He used the emulator again, like a freaking asshole. And then his barbecue sauce, the Billy Mitchell barbecue sauce.
The Billy Mitchell shout out the Billy Mitchell barbecue sauce.
No, don't shout that out.
Oh, we're not.
Don't add that to the list.
We're not shout that out.
Unshout.
Yeah, unshout.
Billy Mitchell barbecue.
Damn it! Now I have to unshout list. I have a shout out list and an unshout list now. Okay. Wait. Well, before we go any further, what are some other things we need to add to the unshout list from
The triads? Maybe we should probably take that off there.
Oh no. No, we gotta leave. We gotta leave the unshout out Billy Mitchell barbecue sauce. Oh, by the way, I went back and listened to a couple episodes, a couple of the shout outs that we missed. I added to the list. So we get a shout out to Maine and a shout out to Hollig Myers.
Who? What?
It was a furniture store.
Oh.
It was a furniture store, and they were the sponsor of the number 90 car for Dick Trickle, baby.
Oh. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
So now we're going to unshout Billy Mitchell barbecue sauce. Okay, next.
Well, you also, did I say Gauntlet? Space Invaders. Jeez, did you say that?
I did not say Space Invaders, but I guess I should probably also throw in there Tron, because I don't think either one of us mentioned it, and Tron being so big that it actually had a movie spinoff from it. So
I thought the movie came first.
Nope, it was the video game, and then the movie was based off of it.
I gotta do my fry real quick. It's Saturday night. I have no date, a 2-liter Bass Shasta, and we all rush mixtape. That's rock. There you go. It was biting at me. I had to do it.
Though his mind is not for rent. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Copyright infringement.
Nice. I don't want to do that twice in 1 week. I don't want to do that twice in 1 week, okay? It's bad enough Disney's all pissed at me already.
Okay, now you can go on to your Silver Age.
Well,
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the 90s. The 90s
So,
games.
Mr. Welderson, do you not have anything to add for the 80s? Or did we already touch on everything inappropriately?
I think you did. The ones that I wanted to get to were like the mid 90s to like the early 2000s. Those are some of the ones that I think I remember the most because like the ones around here in different spots, like there's different games in different spots. I just remember where they were at.
Bro, I can't remember the name of the roller skating place.
Oh, the Rage.
Yes, then the bowling alley.
Yeah,
Definitely putt-putt.
The bowling alley had, I was actually on Twitter. Somebody had tweeted, what was the one arcade game you had at your bowling alley? And the one I remember here in town was, and it blew my mind when I was 8 years old, was NFL Blitz.
Yep, that's on my list.
It blew my mind because it was the first game, and it almost swayed me away from a PlayStation to getting an N64 because there was a memory card slot that you could upload your rosters, and that blew my damn mind. I'm like, wait a minute, I can go home and play this game and then bring my memory card in and pay money to play this game? That sounds awesome.
Give us more money.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to bring up NBA Jam on top of that too.
He's on fire!
Kaboom! Boom! Shakalaka.
From downtown!
Who was your main?
Obama. No, Clinton. I always use the cheat code.
You put in the cheat codes and play as the presidents.
Obama was the newer NBA Jam.
Man, I tell you, there was something about like the old school Indiana Pacers where you played as Reggie Miller and Rick Smits. Like Reggie Miller could shoot three. All I needed Rick Smits. Like
For three.
I used to just go from the outside and shoot with Reggie Miller the entire game, and I just need Rick Smits to get me like 40 rebounds. That's it. Because like the original NBA Jam didn't have Jordan in it, which Jordan, as an IRL was like a cheat code. And so he wasn't on the Bulls because he was playing baseball at the time. So I feel like the Pacers actually had the best team.
Who was it? Pippen and it was Pippen and Armstrong.
Oh yeah, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, BJ Armstrong, Schrempf. Oh my God, I forgot he was on that roster for the Pacers. That was a great episode of Parks and Rec that he was on when they were doing the telethon.
I'm going to take that brief moment to say I don't think anybody remembers that episode, bud.
See, everybody that I know is a The Office fan, and I feel like I'm the only outcast that was like, The Office was, but Parks and Rec was great.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't like The Office personally. I actually prefer Parks and Recs. I just didn't watch a lot of Parks and Recs, but from, the first 2 seasons I watched, it was fantastic. Or that I can remember anyways.
I watched both.
Good. There you go. Somebody who likes them both.
Ron Swanson one time for Halloween.
You went as Ron Swanson for Halloween. Did you eat all of the bacon and eggs?
No, but we drank, I can't remember the drink.
Snake bite.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of tequila and coffee mix, and that was a mess.
That wasn't how...
Separately, they're a
We
mess.
also made that for my birthday, bud. That's how...
Yes, yeah, I know. It was this.
Yeah, we can't speak about that on the air, but yeah, he was just one of those, and boy, he was staring at the stars.
Was that the year they did the keg stand? Or
no?
I think that was
That
the year
was like
after.
two years
after.
later
Oh.
is when you did the keg stand.
Oh man,
That's.
I mean, and I was 387. I was 387 pounds. I don't know how the hell you guys lifted me off the ground.
Muscles.
Yeah, I guess so.
The power of alcohol compelled us.
Nice. Okay, so what was your favorite era of arcade gaming? I know you said the golden era, and then you had the silver era, the mid 90s. Or, I mean, are there some games today that you would prefer?
Well, I mean, let me touch base on a few that I did play from the silver era, because I'm sure you two might feel pretty strongly about these. And the silver era is actually a little bit more well-defined because it had more fighter-style games. Things like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the Turtles in Time, Double Dragon, Rampage.
Oh man, I forgot about that game.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Man, that game was
Yeah, that game was pretty awesome. And then I'm a bit of a loser nerd, so Puyo Puyo came out around that same time frame, so that's what really hooked me because I mean, who am I to say that I could escape anything Tetris like? So but mid 90s, what were you two what really had you two hooked?
I was gonna bring up X-Men, one of the first arcades that had like 6 players.
The 6-player one?
And they used like a mirror or something in between to like make the screen bigger.
Yeah, it was
like weird. I don't know how they did it. It was some kind of magic.
It was insane. And like actually meeting up with like 5 other random people and like you're playing by yourself and somebody else puts their quarters in and you're like, oh yeah, then more people put them in and you're just like, I feel you're like hulking growing up basically the whole time with other kids.
You're just like, I just want to play as Wolverine, and then somebody pops in as Gambit, and then somebody else pops in as Cyclops, and you're just like, all right, we're ready to kick ass. Let's do this. I got the same vibe from the Simpsons arcade game.
Yes. Too.
That was the one at Chuck E. Cheese that I remember. Which, by the way, it's a good thing we're talking about arcade games, because I didn't tell you guys that I took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese last Wednesday. I took the day off. I had a doctor's appointment, so it was the last day before they went back to daycare. So me and my wife, and we took
Beat me to it.
We took the two kids. We took them to Chuck E. Cheese, and man, were you two big Chuck E. Cheese goers?
I was
when I was a kid.
I was a Discovery Zone kid, so the old DZ.
That's fair. I think it's going to be the same kind of concept. I was hoping every single time I go in there, I was always hoping there's like some kind of like old school arcade that's like an arcade cabinet that's like left in the corner, you know, that's like hiding back there that they're like ashamed of, and I just go over there and be like, oh, cool, Streets of Rage or something like that. Oh, cool, you know, Turtles in Time. They had this old arcade game that like none of the kids have touched in like 20 years. Like, not only are there none of those left,
it's all ticket machines, isn't it now?
No, yeah. Well, you get them on a card.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. So the first thing, like, you don't get actual tokens. There was a rush about getting like birthday card money, putting it into the machine, and like hearing the clank, 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 and then throwing them all into like a red bag, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to do work. You don't get that anymore. You don't get that rush. They just preload a card for you.
Yeah, because they get more money out of you.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a Dave and Buster's thing.
Absolutely.
They like, oh, I'm out of my $20. Oh, never. Here's another $20.
Yeah, it's actually it's really weird that it, because it's one of those, you got a pocket full of change, you're like, damn, I'm out of money. Okay, I'm out of money. But now it's like, well, I can just hit my reload card. Let me go ahead and swipe my credit card really quick. And what do you know? I spent $200 tonight at the arcade. Crap baskets. I spent $200.
I spent $250 on skee ball.
Yeah, I spent $250 on arcade games, and all I got is $5 worth of candy to show for it.
And a cool pair of sunglasses.
And a spider ring. Hell yeah.
Always a spider ring.
What was the old joke by Rodney Carrington? Like, you walk up with a whole bunch of tickets, and you're like, I got like 9,000 tickets. Let's start with a whistle. Okay, you got 2 left. All right, give me a spider ring then. Give me those weird Chinese finger traps that me and my friend are going to have an awkward story about later, I guess. I don't know.
It's never awkward with me, but it's always the intended use.
That's right. That's right. There aren't very many old school games left at Chuck E. Cheese anymore. Where do you draw the line between like arcade games and like games of skill? Because they still had the basketball shoot around game, and they still have skee ball. But other than that, like,
I think arcade game would have to have an actual screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
skill games are going to be around forever.
Yeah, skill games. You got skee ball, basketball, the whack-a-moles.
but they also had, I think the oldest game they still had there from back in the day was the Need for Speed game.
Oh, yeah, I had that on my list.
Yeah.
Oh. But that was like the oldest one. Like, I was hoping they're going to have like a Pac-Man over in the corner. I know the putt-putt.
Kids don't want to play no 70s fucking game.
Well, yeah, but I do. I am 80s, 90s kid.
Did you get a beer while you're at Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
I think they still serve beer.
Yeah, they do. Actually, I couldn't find it on like the menu or anything, but I saw in the window they had their permit to sell alcohol.
Then you should have got one. But if they have if they got the permit, they're selling.
I know. I should have got one. But I wasn't like, when I was a kid, I wasn't like a very big, I don't want to play in the ball pit, because odds are some kid probably ate too much pepperoni pizza and puked in it. I wasn't about that life. I was about playing. And I remember the X-Men, and I remember the Simpsons game at Chuck E. Cheese. And I remember my favorite game of all time, Jurassic Park, the one with the rumble seat.
Yep.
That's on my list too.
Probably took more of my money than I think my mortgage right now.
Damn.
I think it did. I never actually beat the game because I ended up pumping like $2 in it, and then it just got progressively harder. It was like Dragon's Lair.
That's
like,
also on my list.
you never win. You just do a little better each time. That was my favorite from back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. All right, Andy, I'm done stepping on your list. Give us the rest of your list. What's up?
While you're talking about laser gun games, Mad Dog McCree, I don't know if you ever played that. That was a fun one. It's one of the first live action games where the person's like, hey, partner, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then you shoot him, they're like, oh, you got me.
Oh, they played something like that on Game Grumps. I remember watching that.
Yep. Area 51 was one of my favorite games. They play that at the movie theaters that we always go to, and I would just pump quarters into that thing. Another laser shooter, you're just shooting aliens. Time Crisis was another one I liked. I don't know if you know what that one is.
Yes.
I always ended up shooting the civilians.
Yep.
I always shot the civilians. That's how I always game overed.
Virtual Cop. It's kind of the same thing there. House of the Dead. That was the other one I had to bring up.
Yes, those were some
that was
all-time favorites.
classic.
Yes, if you go to an arcade game, that's definitely it.
Silent Scope was the other one I wanted to bring up, which is another novelty game.
Nice.
Where you had to like look through a sniper rifle and it zoomed in on the screen, I guess. I don't know how it really worked. I'm assuming there's a screen inside the scope. I always sucked at that game because you couldn't see anything. You're just kind of wildly flinging the gun around trying to find your target. Well, then you start going to racing games like Cruising USA. Cruise in USA. And then the hot bikini models. MotoGP, where you're on the motorcycle and you kind of
got to lean in and lean it,
swim back and forth. I forgot to write the one down and it just came to my mind. I can't remember the name of it, but you're on like a wave boat or a jet ski thing.
Oh, yeah. Crap baskets.
Backflips.
I can't think of it.
Was it Jet Moto?
It might be.
Was it? I mean, Jet Moto was for the PS1. So did they actually port that to the arcade?
I wanted to say Wave Race, but I think that was just the N64 game.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely not Jet Moto.
Oh, definitely not Jet
Definitely
Moto.
not Jet Moto. I just looked it up. That one was made specifically for the PlayStation.
Well, we'll never know the name of that game.
Nope.
Our putt in town has 18-wheeler American Pro Truck.
My daughter is actually like surprisingly good at that game.
It's so dumb, but it's fun.
That was the one I got. I got a video of Ricky playing that. No, Ricky got a video.
I had a video of
playing
you
that.
playing it.
And I was just saying, in like some of the most like redneck things ever, I was like, I told that teaching lady the only colors I needed in the crayon box were red, white, and blue. As I'm like running
everything?
people over.
Crazy Taxi, that was the other racing type game.
That was a fun game.
Crazy Taxi.
You don't have Daytona USA on there?
That's what it was. I couldn't remember the name of that one, too.
Oh, that was the one we had here in town.
Yeah.
That was the first 4-player one
Yep.
that I had seen. That blew my mind too. Rolling Star. And that's a good song too. Yeah, you get all
You
that.
should have had that on your favorite video game songs from the last episode.
Somebody combined that with the Space Jam theme. It was like, come on. And it was like, right when you get to the chorus, like, come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. And I was just like, horse. Oh, I'm at the gym. That's how I lost my 100 pounds. I spent 3 days at the gym listening to that mashup.
Did you bring up Mario Brothers, original Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers?
I did not bring up the original Mario
Classic?
Brothers, but I know that, the original classic was on there, yeah. One of my favorites was playing Tekken in the arcades.
I was never good at Tekken.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter, Virtual Fighter, yeah, all those good ones.
Something that's not been brought up yet, Golden Tee.
Oh, God. That and like the bowling one too,
Yep.
with the
Yeah.
roller. God, it's gonna be so hard.
They're fun, though.
Those are fun.
Especially when you're just trashed and you're like, I'm going to spin the ball as hard as I can and smash my hand
Yep.
into the window. Ow, I broke my finger.
You get like a running start and you just try to hit it and then you like bash it on the corner. Been there, done that.
Is the punching bag, that's not an arcade game. That's more of a skill game, I'm assuming. Even though there's not really skill to that.
That's more of a skill game where I struggle to get over 400.
I love the videos of like the punching bag fails where I saw some girl like going to punch the bag and she completely like missed it to the left and punched her boyfriend in the face.
He had it coming anyways.
Yeah.
Right, because he had it coming. Yeah, don't stand in the way. There's your Retro Smash video game podcast pro tip. If any of your friends are doing the punching bag games at a bar, get the hell out of the way.
The people who try to like kick it and they completely whiff and just fall on their ass.
Now that you mention it, Andy, I'm almost positive that I was one of those jackasses that thought that they could reach it with their leg and slipped and fell. And as a matter of I'm positive
we've
that
all-
you were there for it because it was one of them nights when we
I probably
quarter beer night at the Neon Armadillo.
trashed. R.I.P.
Yep.
Oh,
That's how we
yeah.
used to spend our
times.
Wednesdays going out with $10 in our pocket for quarter beer night. Now we spend it recording
Probably
a
why it closed down
podcast.
because we ended up shutting it down. People just pissing everywhere and puking
I
everywhere.
mean, fun time. You can't.
They had that at the Rusty Spur. They had nickel beer night, but like to get in it was like $20.
Yeah, but you get your money.
You absolutely get your money's
Yeah,
worth.
you get $20 in a 1/4. Like you get hammered. Are you kidding me? That was good times.
$21 is you're set for the night.
$21 and you're buying everybody around. What the hell are you talking?
That's what I'm talking about. You're set for the night.
Drinking with Lincoln. That's what they used to call it. It wasn't penny beer night. It was drinking with Lincoln.
Drinking with Lincoln. I've never. When I was going to the Spur, they were doing quarter beer nights around that time frame. Woo, fun nights and very, very aggressively rough mornings.
Very aggressively rough.
Yeah, the $2 you call it's at Break and Run too. That's stupid.
Oh, God.
Our friend Scott, again, throwing up in the urinals.
For those of you who don't know, who are listening from around the world, these are all bars that are located near our hometown.
I think most of them are shut down.
Yeah, and
they're all closed, and I'm sure you can imagine why.
Yeah, they're all
we drink them out of the house.
Who knew that if you told...
And none of them had arcade games. That's why they're closed down. Wait, hold on. Because some of them had like the video poker. Were you guys like a video poker?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
like
the thing.
Okay, there we go. That's a great segue. Did you guys like the video poker, or like they had the video strip poker?
Sexy, man.
Yeah, exactly. The video strip poker. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm playing solitaire. I don't see this chick naked. Like, I never got a chance to try one of those because they were all like outlawed here.
It's because some dude in the corner smoking a cigarette. Oh, this game's occupied.
He's putting up quarters. Like, he's putting up quarters on it like he's next in Street Fighter. He's
just fucking rolling quarters next to the machine.
It's got the 10.
I got next.
The $10. Just roll of quarters right there. Just sets it right there. All right, kids. Daddy's home to play.
What was the most, like, besides for, like, I'm thinking Time Crisis, maybe, or House of the Dead. What was the most, like, adult-rated arcade game that you've seen at an arcade or a bar or anything like that? Besides for, like, the really lewd pinball machines.
I was gonna say, you're counting Mortal Kombat since that is the one that went to court.
That's the one that ended up. That's the one that created.
I guess
that's the one that created the ESRB rating system.
Yeah, the ESRB.
Yeah. We have Mortal Kombat to thank. Thanks, Ed Boon. No, seriously, thank you, Ed Boon. Seriously, without Mortal Kombat, I would be lost in this world. Thank you.
Shout out Ed Boon. There we go. We're gonna unshout out Billy Mitchell's barbecue sauce, and we're shouting out Ed Boon. Hell yeah, this is a full episode today, boys.
I got two more I want to bring up before we get off this mark, and there's a rhythm-based games.
I suck at it.
Oh yeah.
Rock Band had an arcade game, and Guitar Hero I think did too. Those games ruled. And then I can't say this because I'm not Japanese. Taiko no Tatsujin, crazy drum one where you're like playing on the drums and hitting the side. That game ruled.
Oh, see, I thought you were going with DDR Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh yeah, that was there too.
I only said that I suck at it because our friend Kyle had beat me so bad in it that one time we went to putt putt.
Have you ever played the home port version of DDR?
Ugh, I didn't know there was.
There was.
Oh yeah, there was a home.
Yeah, it's not good.
It was creative in its own right, but the if you've never played this before, it was like a 4x4 foot square, and it was like rubber on the bottom, but it was like this like plastic on top, which of course it was all colorful and it had like the arrows and shit like that.
Power pad, but for
essentially, but for your feet. And the bad thing was, if you play it on carpet, I ate shit like twice playing because I had to go from left to right, and the whole pad like slipped out from underneath me. And I was playing down in my parents' basement one time, and it was on carpet, but underneath the carpet wasn't padding. My dad was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna throw in down carpet for the sake of having carpet." I mean, it was a basement that ended up flooding, so it was probably a good thing. But he put down carpet for the sake of having carpet, but there was like concrete floor underneath it. Yeah, boy ate concrete.
Delicious.
Trying to fucking dance to the Jay Giles band Centerfold. Try to go from right to left and just absolutely eat it. It was just terrible.
Was it Michael Jackson's Beat It?
Oh, they didn't get those kind of licenses. Get those kind of licenses back then. It was like 2004, 2005. I mean, he was still alive then, so of course he wasn't going to give his songs away.
I think that Taiko game had Michael Jackson's song in it. I can't remember.
Did it really?
Maybe. I don't remember. I'm old.
You're good. There was a weird time between like 2005 and 2010 where like arcade games kind of started to make a comeback because it's like exactly what you're saying. You know, DDR, Guitar Hero, that kind of brought people back to the arcades a little bit. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a resurgence with the arcade one-ups. What do you guys think about, because I have one in my house that I got used Marketplace. What do you guys think of the arcade one-ups?
I was trying to get the Simpsons one for my birthday, but my dad didn't want to buy it for me.
Oh, no. That does suck. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of you. That does suck.
No, it's fine.
Well, Andy, your dad doesn't love
what do you want for your birthday? I'm like,
it's
this?
time you found out.
Yeah.
I've been telling you that for years, bud.
He bought me a fire ring instead. Oh, that jerk.
Oh, I didn't know you were needing a fire ring. I sold a fire ring.
I don't need a fire ring. That was the other thing, too. I don't need that arcade game either, but...
You need the arcade game. You can only use the fire ring or something outside for, like, a bonfire if it's, like, perfect conditions. And, like, if it's not super dry, if you're not inside city limits, if you're not 18 different parameters, but The Simpsons is life.
Play that forever.
Hell yeah.
At least twice.
At least twice before it becomes a coat hanger.
What
Okay.
about you?
I mean, I've played them, but I would like to probably add something to my actual house. That'd be nice. Can't decide on which one though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, I was looking for any kind of one-up that was like $100 to have. I got really lucky with one, so...
Which one do you have?
Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
I got Mortal Kombat, which I never knew that my daughter plays that, and she's 3, and she is actually like really good at the OG Mortal Kombat as Sonya. Like she's beaten Scorpion on the computer. I'm like, oh my god.
On hard?
Well, it's arcade, so it's one difficulty. Like that's the thing. Like they don't give you like the full game or anything. They give you what the arcade version would be.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, you can't like set the difficulty to easy to beat it. Like you got to actually get good, scrub.
And you're saying that your daughter's better than you? That's not surprising at all.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god, she's leaps and bounds better than me at Mortal Kombat. She is my equal in Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but she's actually my equal in Streets of Rage 4 too. But she's so much better than I am at Mortal Kombat.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess it's time for Uncle Ricky to come over and crush her fucking dreams and put her back in the child's place.
Crush her ears, dreams like I do her skull.
Yep.
She actually like rage quit. I never thought I'd ever see the day she was playing Mortal Kombat and she had lost a Scorpion so many times. She actually ran away from the cabinet and went to go cry on the couch. It was the most adorable rage quit I've ever seen. And I'm trying to give her like a pep talk because I want her to do it. And she went back. It took her a couple times, but she actually freaking did it. And I was like, oh my god, that's awesome.
I just would have laughed at her, be like, "Ha, loser!" But this is why I'm not a dad. Aside from me also promoting underage drinking.
Yes, last episode. Thank you.
The more you know. Unshout out underage drinking.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
No, because that would make us all hypocrites. Yeah, if it's one thing that we are here at Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, we're terrible at what we do. We're kind of funny. We're kind of drunk, but we're certainly not hypocrites.
There you go.
There we go.
Put that on the poster board.
He's not speaking for all three of
Put it
us.
under the. Put it on the Gene Parmesan Memorial statue. That's what I need. I need a statue of Gene down here.
You should have got him. You should have had him
cool.
stuffed.
We had him cremated instead.
That's probably a better choice. Otherwise, it would have scared the crap out of the kids.
Yeah, exactly. You get $5 in quarters. You are at the Heaven Arcade and Games, where every arcade game ever is. Every machine is a 1 credit play. What kind of money are you pumping into what game in what order? You gotta get a little strategic with this one, because I know what I would do. I'd be pumping like at least $1 into the Jurassic Park game.
Yeah.
I'd actually be pumping like 50 cents into. There was a NASCAR game that I really liked, just because I enjoyed playing on difficult and playing manual. Probably 50 cents into Street Fighter, probably a quarter just for nostalgic purposes into Pac-Man, and like Centipede or Galaga, probably all 3. Quarter just to play Guitar Hero once. I'm saving all the rest of my money for like Ninja Turtles game, Streets of Rage, The Simpsons. That's a good round off list. I think if you do that and then maybe end with like 1 Daytona USA, and this is not counting pinball machines. That's a good way to spend $5.
I would probably dump quite a bit of money into, it would be Mortal Kombat 2. That's probably about $1 worth of my money going right there. Definitely gonna spend quite a bit of time setting up on, we'll say on Miss Pac-Man. I know I'll probably spend a little bit of time playing some Street Fighter. And then honestly, to top it off, I'm going to look for a big multiplayer game. So something like X-Men to really dig in.
Oh,
and
X-Men,
without a doubt, I'm definitely going to play the classic Dig Dug, just because I know that I can get these fuckers one day.
Are you really bad at Dig Dug?
I can get up to like level 4 or 5 on Dig Dug, but man, do they start molly-whopping me after that.
I'd probably put some money. Well, I'll join you with that X-Men game.
Yeah, let's make it a 3-player. I will too. I'm gonna take like I'll steal a quarter from like one of my Jurassic Park plays, and I'll play with you guys on X-Men.
Since we're all going with the X-Men game, what character are you picking for the X-Men game?
That's the question. I usually did Cyclops or Wolverine.
I was a Storm or Gambit person.
I was gonna say I was always Gambit.
Then I guess I'm going Storm, but we could all
I
get
don't much
along.
care for Cyclops, but
Cyclops is a cop.
There we go. That'll work.
welcome to die.
Gotta love good Japanese imports.
I'd probably play a song from Guitar Hero.
Gotta be stricken by Disturbed or Cliffs of Dover for me, and put it on either medium or hard. Give me a challenge. If I'm gonna get my money's worth out of Guitar Hero, I'm not gonna sit there and play slow ride on easy. No. I want to get my money's worth.
Is the Metalocalypse song on there?
Is
I
there?
know it was on the Guitar Hero one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one that's like all ported out.
Yeah.
That's the one that's the arcade version is 1.
Well, it might be in there. I don't know. Or probably like a secret unlock bullshit.
Probably, yeah.
It'd have to be a racing game, maybe cruising, or that moto game.
The mystery moto game that we never
Yeah.
learned the name of.
That's the best game.
And I'm too big to sit on the motorcycle, so I look like a fucking whale on a pinwheel. I know.
Never thought I'd hear that phrase in my life, but hey, here we are.
I mean, you said it, but not
Hour
me.
and 10
so.
minutes into the podcast. I was going to say, yeah, that's your words, not ours.
Yeah, probably a classic, like Mrs. Pac-Man for sure over regular Pac-Man. Maybe some Donkey Kong if they had that there. Obviously Simpsons, since I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And actually, probably most of my coins would go to that until I beat the game. House of the Dead. Got
There
that
we
at
go.
least two.
I got a list here, techradar.com, the 50 greatest arcade games of all time ever. Let's jump head first. Donkey Kong, Guitar Freaks, which I guess is Guitar Hero, essentially. Jurassic Park, Lost World. Not Last World. There's Joust, Defender, Mercs, Akari Warriors, Galaxian. There's Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, X-Men,
That low on the list?
Golden Axe, Miss Pac-Man, Pong, Sega Rally.
There you go. That was a fun one.
There's your Time Crisis, R-Type 720, which was like Skate or Die before Skate or Die was Skate or Die. Afterburner. Did you guys do any of the like simulator games like Afterburner or like there was a couple plane simulator games I remember.
No.
I don't remember playing any of them because
There was
weird.
the arcade ones where you're like eagle view down and you're playing and you're just shooting everything.
Okay.
One of those bullet dodge games.
Yeah, like the side scrollers.
Yeah.
But it was like from bottom to top.
Yeah.
Virtua Cop 2, there's your House of the Dead, Dance Dance Revolution, Outrun, that's another racing game. Street Fighter 2, there's Daytona USA, there's your Tekken. One we missed, Smash TV.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. Dragon's Lair, which I think was the very first of the like just quarter munchers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that thing probably ate so many quarters. Thank God they ported it to Xbox, and I streamed that one time, and it was great. I loved it, and I love the fact that they have to spend like $5 just to get past the first couple scenes. Crazy Taxi, Sunset Riders, which me and Spanky are terrible at, by the way. Actually, I'm terrible. He's actually really good at that game. Metal Slug, Mortal
Oh,
Kombat.
yeah, Metal Slug. Damn, that was a good game.
Gauntlet, Frogger, there's Golden Tee, Bubble Bobble, Rampage, Double Dragon, Super Off-Road.
There you go.
There
Yes,
was
Ivan Reitman's Super Off-Road. That game was cool as hell, too.
that was one that was at Double Dragon.
Yeah.
And I remember playing that, and it blew my mind because I didn't know that it existed, because it had the 3 steering wheels on it. One was red, one was yellow, one was blue, and you were literally playing like little micro machines, guys, like race cars or
So every time you use your nitro, the gray car would automatically get faster. So the more nitro you use, the faster the gray car would go, and that would carry over each round.
Oh, jeez.
So eventually the gray car was just like bonkers fast.
Space Invaders, which, by the way, there was a modern day Space Invaders type game.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. There's one
Yeah.
at the Putt Putt arcade where it's like the screen's the size of a freaking refrigerator. And
Oh, is it? It's like 2 stories tall.
Yeah, it's massive.
Like it's
Yeah.
huge
crazy.
one. And then you got some weird like laser gun thing you're holding and it's like jiggling around and you're shooting the invaders.
It's crazy that they can take like an old 80s style game and put like a 2023 twist on that.
Yeah.
Like I really like stuff like that.
There's a Pac-Man version of that too.
There's
kinda cool.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man and the impact that Pac-Man actually had in like across video games, it's kind of wild. Not sure if you guys heard of Pac-Man Fever.
Pac-Man Fever.
Pac-Man Fever.
Yeah. Pac-Man having a fucking song, and Ronald Reagan even giving congratulations to some nerd for having a high score in Pac-Man.
Pac-Man was one of the games I feel like saved video games. Like it was one of the arcade games that saved video games after the crash of '83.
Yeah, I mean the impact. I mean, like again, like the impact that Pac-Man is going to be forever in our lexicon and forever known throughout pop culture. So I would definitely say so.
Did you know that they changed the name to Puckman to Pac-Man?
Get out of here, Simpsons nerd! I will beat you up, comic book guy.
Comic book guy.
I am legitimately going to drive down there to the actual studios and give you a wedgie.
Oh no.
Why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? Why you hitting yourself? One we missed on here is a couple more on the list. I think I found your one, Aquajet.
I think that might have been
That's
There it is, yeah.
The jet ski one.
Yeah.
Yes. And then one, I think you want to talk fighting games. One that we definitely missed on this list. I'm just going through a couple that are left on here. Marvel vs. Capcom.
I didn't know that was an arcade game. I knew it was
I did. I played it. That's how I first played it. It was amazing. I completely forgot about it though.
Do you think there's going to be a resurgence in arcades here soon or no? Or since everything is available, because every single game that we've listed tonight, you can play at home. Like, I can sit here in the basement and play all of those games. Like, they have arcade collections.
There's some games, so I'll bring up the Halo arcade game, and that is just a gigantic also screen 4-player, but it's like huge. Like, you got to be in a room to play the game. I don't think that would be a game you could download.
That's fair.
I mean,
and that's a way interactive.
To answer your question, I don't.
But I mean, if you go to
I don't think that arcades are
like
ever going to return back to the glory in which they initially were from like the 80s and 90s. It's just not a thing when you could just sit at home and play with people online from all the way around the world. Why go to an arcade and drop $50 doing that when you can just sit at home and you pay nothing to just run shit through your internet?
Which is super funny because you think about it, younger kids you won't see at an arcade, but people our age, like Dave & Buster's is way super popular. There are barcades around the country.
I think it's going to be more of a nostalgia thing.
It's a nostalgia thing for us, but those places also have alcohol and it's like a social interaction on a totally different level. Right now, I'm going to get up on my soapbox and do these kids these days. I mean, they don't. Dude, they put on a set of...
Old man yells at cloud.
I mean, like, it's a set of headphones and it's,
Narrator, get off my lawn.
That's their gaming right there. Social anxiety got the best of them. For us, we're like, yeah, man, my favorite days were literally just going and getting lost in an arcade, eating a slice of pizza, having some pop, and I got $3 of quarters in my pockets. Let's see how much shit I can get into today. That was us.
I, for one, love the fact that they're bringing back the arcade 1-ups. Like, I think those are really neat. I wish they weren't $400 a pop, but I can understand them trying to bring that back. But there are some people that are buying a lot of those and then making an arcade out of them. And I'm like, no, that's not what that's
Yes,
for.
it is. Absolutely. I'm ready to go into some random guy's garage who has like a couple of Saturdays for me. And I'm like, hey, bud, you got an arcade in here? And that's how Ricky gets snatched up.
No. I'm talking like they start a business out of it. Like
you can't charge. Well, I suppose you can do the $20 to get in thing, but
yeah,
but those things don't take money. I don't think.
No, but I don't know. Is that like in the spirit of it or what? Like maybe I'm just like.
Well, at that point you can get. They do make those emulator arcades, which you put your quarters in, and then you can pick out of the 50 games which one you want to play. Those exist, and it has like 50 like Simpsons, X-Men, whatever you want to choose out of it, and has the joysticks and the buttons on the front. That I can see making money off of, but not the 1-up stuff you buy from Walmart.
Unfortunately, the way it happens is anybody that can make a profit off of anything, they're going to try to do it because, capitalism got a capitalism.
Yeah. We'll go to Happy Time right now. We're going to go happy 40th anniversary to the Famicom. Let's just jump right in there. Eventually gave way to the NES back.
The release date for the Famicom was July 15th, 1983. It was released with 3 games, Donkey Kong Jr., and Popeye.
All arcade games, by the way.
Yep, all arcade games.
Which is kind of weird that we're talking about like old 80s arcade games because a lot of them were ported to the home system. You could play Turtles in Time on your Super Nintendo. You could play Pac-Man on any console. You could play any of those games. Street Fighter, The Simpsons. You could play any of those games at home, but I think it's just the allure of like not saying that arcades were better than like the home entertainment system, but there was just something alluring about it.
Well, we have the home entertainment. We have the home consoles to thank for killing the initial arcade boom. So thanks, Famicom.
Thanks, Famicom.
Thanks, Famicom and Atari, you pieces of shit.
There's your happy birthday. We can get more into the Famicom on 2 weeks episode. Do you want to get into more happy times before we get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah. You have the Game Boy on that list?
I do, yes. Happy 34th birthday to the Game Boy, released July 31st, 1989 in North America. What was your games of choice?
Super Mario Land 2.
Ooh.
And Wario Woods. Is that the name of the game?
Oh, God.
Not the puzzle game.
Okay.
That's a different Wario game. I can't remember the name of the Wario game.
I was going to say, don't do Wario Woods. I'm not doing
Hey,
that
here's
again.
a fun fact. I won the Page Master, yes, the Macaulay Culkin movie, video game on the Game Boy in a drawing once.
Nice.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. Was it any good?
No. Shit. I couldn't even get through the first level. It was dumb.
Or did you suck?
Probably both.
Get good. Get good, scrub. Terrible. Ricky, what were your Game Boy games of choice?
It's funny you asked me that because I didn't have an original Game Boy. I just got to borrow whatever my friends. I was gonna say with my friends, whatever games that they were playing, it was pretty much like that I got my hands on.
But you eventually got a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color. I mean, we'll extend it. We'll say Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, like as you got older, because I know you've played like Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, right?
I played those. That does not mean that I had a Game Boy, or a Game Boy Color, or a Game Boy Advance. My first handheld didn't come until I'm pretty sure I bought a fucking Switch.
Oh,
Dang.
that's okay. That's all right. But I know, like I said, a lot of those games were ported to the Switch, which I know people are talking
They
about.
were, yes.
Which I think a couple of the original Game Boy games were added past couple weeks. There's a couple of Legends of Zelda games that were added to the online. There was a couple that were added today. Pokemon trading card game and Stadium 2.
Yeah.
Kirby's Pinball, I played the F out of, and Bomberman. That was the other Game Boy game I played a lot of.
Yes, I completely forgot about some Bomberman. See, like I told you guys, I could barely remember yesterday, let alone a game that I might have played like 25 years ago.
I didn't get my first handheld till I was older, but my dad always let me borrow his, and they bought Pokemon Blue for me, even though it was his Game Boy, and he always made sure that I asked for it. I played Pokemon Blue on his Game Boy, and then he had Bo Jackson 2-in-1, football and baseball.
Oh, yep.
Oh, man.
I played those two games all the way to Florida and back. Like, I don't remember much about Disney World one year. I don't remember much about Disney World, but it was one of 3 times I've been to Disney World, and the only thing I remember about my first trip was playing Pokemon and Bo Jackson football and baseball all the way there and all the way back, and eating at Huddle House.
I'm sorry, did you say you've been to Disney World 3 times?
Yes, I went to Disney World when I was 8, 16, and then my wife and I went on our honeymoon.
I've been there 3 times too.
Is that when you were like 26?
Yes.
Listen to Mr. Moneybags over here who gets to go to Disney World every decade, once every 10 years.
Once every 10
This guy
years.
goes, man, what a lucky guy.
Yeah, I know. But we're talking about taking the kids eventually, but not until like they're older and can remember it. So probably until my daughter's
Nah,
like 10.
fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. You and me should go to Disney instead, bud.
We should totally. The 3 of us should not go to Disney, but we should totally go to Tapper sometime.
Yes.
I would totally be down for that. Actually,
A
It's
live
funny you say
podcast.
that. I was
a
actually
live
trying
podcast
to.
from Tappers.
We could make that happen.
I think we totally could. Yeah.
It'd be, I don't know how it'd mute the
Absolutely.
background noise, but
We would not be able to fix that background
We just have to be
background
like-
noise at all.
sucking down these microphones.
Damn right.
We could buy some little clips to put onto our shirts.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Record on somebody's phone. Yeah.
Just note that after, I don't know, maybe 2 drinks in, I'm going to be obliterated because they make incredibly strong drinks down there. So
Sign me up.
it's not like actual draft beer. It is all like in-house cocktails. And
Jesus.
they're like at least, I think the one draft that they have is at least like a 10%, 10 to 15%.
Nice.
So,
God.
Are they game named?
yeah, the one that I can remember off the top of my head was the Octorock.
Well, it wouldn't get you stoned, but
I see what you did there.
rock your socks off.
It'll Ragnarok your socks
Stop
off. Octorock your socks off.
Stop
There you
it.
go.
Both of you stop it. You're embarrassing me right now on our podcast.
We got a double anniversary to celebrate. A happy 25th anniversary to both Shining Force 3 and Whose Line Is It Anyway?
What? That's
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Shining Force 3 released July 31st, 98 on the Saturn, and Whose Line Is It Anyway debuted August 5th, 1998 on ABC. I know, I was going to say, did we all just like remember to take our ibuprofen for our
Yes.
backs?
I might be seeing them soon. I think they're coming to Fort Wayne.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Released Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles.
Oh, God, that's worth the price of admission right
Yeah,
there.
yep.
Good God, you don't need anybody
Yep.
else. I mean, you could get Wayne
Some Wayne
Brady.
Brady, yep.
Those 3 together
Greg
were great.
Proops.
Greg Proost. Actually, Greg Proost did the voice of Bob the Builder.
Oh, I
Bet you didn't know that.
No. Whoa.
Yeah, you learned something today. Greg Proops did the voice of Bob the Builder, which is why it was so
My life.
weird. Like watching him do dirty things on Whose Line Is It Anyway, and then watching children's shows about it. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, one more birthday on here. This is going to be the craziest one I think we've had yet. Happy 850th birthday,
What?
the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Boy, you really dug deep for some
Yeah.
of these, didn't you?
I did. It is known for its nearly 4-degree lean, the result of an unstable foundation. See, this is why they said, I'm a little concerned about this, because it says it was completed in 1372. Maybe it didn't open until 1373. The height is 183 feet from the ground on the low side and 185 feet 11 inches on the high side. Estimated to weigh 16,000 tons. Closest without going over, how many steps does does the Leaning Tower Pizza have?
62.
Crap baskets, 81.
296.
So close.
Actually, or 294. The 7th floor has 2 fewer steps on the north-facing staircase. The tower began to lean during construction in the 12th century due to the soft ground, could not properly support the structure's weight. Worsened by the 14th century. By 1990, the tilt had reached 5.5 degrees. The structure was stabilized by remedial work between 93 and 2001, which reduced the tilt to 3.97 degrees.
Can you still climb it?
I don't know. But there was a ceremony, literally, there's a ceremony for the 850th anniversary of the foundation. It was held today.
You know, I feel like you actually missed another birthday, bud. Our country celebrated its 247th birthday this past July the 4th. So
That was a month ago.
this great
Yeah, it was
nation,
a month ago.
this great nation that you
nation.
haven't celebrated its birthday for.
Don't say, oh my God. You are going to edit that out, young man. You fucker. Edit that out. I am not about to be canceled and hogtied for your lack of grace, you son of a bitch.
Come at me, bro. Let's go.
What was the line from It's Always Sunny? D, you gangly bitch. I'm not going to be hogtied due to your lack of grace.
Boy, I can't wait for that to be the cold open.
Yeah, right. No more Buffalo. We're just gonna go straight to me calling Andy a uncourted gangly bitch. All right. Any last words, kids?
You gonna do a happy trails to old Pee Wee?
Oh yeah, happy trails, Pee Wee Herman. That totally slipped my mind. Passed away.
Can we at least call him by his real name
Nope.
if we're gonna happy trails the guy?
Yeah,
Paul
we're gonna
Rubens.
happy trails, Paul. That's a good call, Andy. There you go. Pour one out and ask about the basement at the Alamo next time you're down there.
Yes.
Actually, Ken Jennings had a really funny quote about that when he passed away. He's like, "Do you think the flag in the basement of the Alamo is at half staff right now?"
Jeez.
Did you see they painted the dinosaur?
Yeah, the gray vest and the red tie, red bow tie.
Yeah.
The world got a little less funnier this past week.
Yep.
So shout out to him. All right, any last words, kids?
Spay and neuter your pets, everybody.
Send emails. Send me emails. I want emails. Retrosmashed@gmail.com. Retrosmashed@gmail.com. Retrosmashed@gmail.com.
Yes, and you can watch me on Twitch Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights, somewhere between 7:30 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can also follow us on the social media network X Gon' Give It To You at retro_smashed.
God, every time I hear X, I always think about DMX. If DMX was still alive, that'd have been the one thing that would have pulled this whole catastrophe out of the bog. All I had to do was do one commercial where it says X Gon' Give It To You and like put it during the Super Bowl, and I think that would have made everything.
Been extremely cringy because you would have saw Elon out there going, "Oh yeah."
No, you keep Elon out of it. You keep Elon out of the commercial. You put DMX.
He doesn't know how to be out of it. He can't be out of it because he doesn't know how to not be in his own way, because that's the whole thing.
That is true. That's fair.
Follow my TikTok. I got a Pac-Man Lego TikTok.
You mean a Puck-Man?
Puck-Man.
It used to be Puck-Man, but now it's Pac-Man.
At Lego Eggs.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you all next time.
Good night, Canada.